Hi guys, it's PC Crypto here, and in this episode I want to talk about Ethereum Classic. So not the standard Ethereum, but the Ethereum Classic. So first of all, I want to talk about it because we have this massive uptick. Basically, it went 4x right now in the bear market, and it's all because actually Vitalik Buterin of Ethereum commented that ETC is a fine chain, a great chain if you prefer proof of work to proof of stake. And it's all leading up to the merge. So as you might know, Ethereum, the standard Ethereum, is going from proof of work to proof of stake. So the whole consensus mechanism will stop to work. And basically, the mining will be different. It will be now for staking. The voting mechanism will be different. The confirmation of transactions will be different. A lot of things will change also with this massive roadmap for Ethereum that Vitalik outlined with like spurge, purge, and a bunch of other terms that we'll probably get into in another video. But the funny thing is that some of the people might prefer to actually stay with proof of work. And if you think about, for example, miners who got the GPUs, the whole farms of GPUs, they need to find another token that they can mine. So one of the tokens that were popular right now before the merge, that is Raven. But I never thought about Ethereum Classic in this way, and it might seem that Ethereum Classic is still bound to go to some really highs just because of that. It can be really you can really think about this as having Ethereum proof of stake versus Ethereum proof of work. So where does Ethereum Classic come from, and why it might be relevant in the future? So first of all, in 2015, after basically the sale of Ethereum, after the private offering, there was this concept of DAO, and the first DAO was created in a pretty decentralized way, and people were starting fundraising for the DAO to then make some of the projects come through. Basically, the project called Slockit, that was the founders of Slockit were the one who invented the concept of DAO, and then they started to fundraise through DAO. DAO stands here for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So what does it have to do with Ethereum Classic? Basically, they raised a lot of capital, like 40% of all of the Ethereum went to the DAO. So that was like a massive fund. And then the problem was that, in a way, that the funds were stolen. So stolen in a way that basically were allowed because the contract itself had a gap. That gap was used by a clever hacker. But the problem was that 40% basically of Ethereum were gone, and people were really worried about the fact that Ethereum can stop to exist back at the time. So one of the solutions, there were like the voting within the community, but in the end, one of the solutions that got through was that we should do a hard fork and basically take the time back to before the existence of the DAO. So everyone had the ETH that they got before the DAO. We just cancel the whole thing and start anew. And this is what happened. And this is basically how Ethereum Classic came to be. So and how Ethereum just changed the course. So basically, Ethereum, we're like the standard Ethereum we have right now is the Ethereum after the hard fork, after taking time back, and after ignoring that the DAO ever happened. So and Ethereum Classic is actually the version of Ethereum, also the standard one, but with the DAO taken into account. So with the 40% of the funds stolen through the DAO. So this is what you have. And some people preferred Ethereum Classic because they thought that, okay, code is law, we agreed to that. The funds were stolen or not stolen in a way that is acceptable because they were taken away using the code. So that's not a steal, that's not a theft. And it's okay to have that. So for many years, Ethereum Classic was on the back of everyone's minds because basically it was like this smaller brother, basically like Bitcoin Cash or a bunch of other Bitcoin clones that there are out there in the wild. But right now with Bitcoin, the standard Ethereum going from proof of work to proof of stake, there might be a funny dynamic here because you might have two versions of Ethereum, both equally right, and it's up to you to your preference where you should go. And there probably is a place for Ethereum Classic in the future. And this is where this price action comes from. So the absolute bottom was something like, I guess, 12, or maybe it goes even to $10 something. If we zoom out, then you really see that this is the bottom. So you can see that in April there was like $50, and if we go even below, then the absolute top, the ATH, was in April last year, and that went almost close to $200. So from $200 it went down to $10, and right now it got to $40, 45 even today. Then it's trading closely to $40. So this is super interesting. I wanted to highlight that I haven't bought Ethereum Classic yet, so I'm looking for the good moment to buy it. But I like the narrative, so I convinced myself that actually Ethereum Classic ETC can have a future, and of course, depending on the developers, depending on the whole ecosystem. But it's really interesting as a concept that you can have both proof of stake and proof of works versions of Ethereum living together in a way, and maybe there will be some more interaction in the future. So yeah, I'm looking for a good point of entry here, seeing whether this move will sustain itself. In the end, like, we're in the bear market, so anything can go. We can go both ways. So also trade with caution. Also, if you want to learn more about the Ethereum history, I recommend Cryptopians. That's the book by Laura Sheen. Another one is Infinite Machine by Camila Russo. I will link both books in the description. I will also give you the link to Binance if you want to trade right away. One of the main exchanges where you can buy Ethereum Classic easily. Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and probably see you in the next episode. I will also talk about the book by Laura Sheen in a separate episode, as well as book by Camila Russo. Binance, I want to do a tutorial about Binance, and there will be plenty of other stuff around different cryptocurrencies. So don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next episode.